a millionaire, came home early and froze when he saw the red marks on his daughter. The keys jingled softly as Darius Cole stepped into his luxury home, expecting silence. His meeting at the downtown investment board had been canceled last minute. For the first time in weeks, he thought he'd surprise Maya with her favorite vanilla ice cream with rainbow sprinkles from the corner shop. It had been too long. Since his wife passed 2 years ago, Darius had buried himself in work, juggling grief, responsibility, and the ache of loneliness. He made sure Maya had everything she could ever need: a private chef, therapists, tutors, and a live-in nanny he trusted with her care when he couldn't be there himself. Vanessa came highly recommended, well-spoken, professional, and introduced by Kira, his new fiancée. As Darius moved quietly through the marble foyer, he paused. There was a sound, not laughter, not the familiar cartoon theme Maya loved. No music, just crying. Soft, strained, like someone trying not to be heard. His brow furrowed. He followed the sound to the kitchen and froze. Maya, his little girl, just 6 years old, stood by the sink, gripping a mop almost as tall as she was. Her small body trembled. Her face was streaked with dirt and dried tears. Her jeans were torn at the knees. Her shirt was stained, too small. But it was the red marks across her arms that stopped him cold. Scratches, bruises, some fresh, some healing. One of her eyes was slightly swollen. Darius couldn't breathe. "Maya," he called, his voice cracking. She jerked like she'd been shocked. Her head snapped toward him, eyes wide with fear. "Daddy!" she gasped. The mop clattered to the floor. She quickly hid her arm behind her back. He rushed over, dropping to his knees. "Baby, what happened? Who did this to you?" He gently lifted her arm. She pulled back, her lips quivering. I was too slow. Mopping," she whispered. "Who made you mop?" She looked down at her feet. "Miss Vanessa." Darius felt like the ground had disappeared beneath him. He shook his head, forcing himself to stay calm. "Vanessa did this to you?" Maya gave a tiny nod. Her lips trembled, but she didn't cry again. "She says I mess everything up," Maya whispered. "She says I have to work, or she'll send me away. Like Mommy." It hit Darius like a bolt of lightning. His daughter thought she had to earn the right to stay, to be loved. He pulled her into his arms immediately. "No one is sending you anywhere," he said, his voice fierce and trembling. "Do you hear me? Ever." Maya clung to him, her fingers digging into the shoulder of his suit. Her voice was muffled in his neck. "Don't tell her I told..." That's when he heard footsteps in the hallway. Steady, unbothered. He turned. Vanessa stood in the archway, holding a laundry basket. Her expression barely shifted. She blinked. "Oh," she said lightly, "you're home early." Darius rose slowly, still holding Maya protectively. "What did you do to my daughter?" Vanessa's eyes flicked to Maya, then back to him. "Excuse me?" Darius stepped forward. "The bruises, the crying. You made her mop the damn floor like a servant. She's 6. Vanessa sighed, placing the basket down. "Mr. Cole, children need discipline. She's been acting out. She broke 2 glasses this morning." "I don't care if she broke the damn chandelier," Darius snapped. "You laid hands on her." Her expression hardened. "I raised 3 boys before this job. You asked me to keep her in line while you chased boardrooms and mergers. I did what you didn't." Darius's jaw clenched, his eyes burning with fury. He held Maya tighter. That was the moment he realized. Some absences cost more than time. The authorities pressed charges for child endangerment and abuse. Multiple families were contacted. One mother even flew back from Atlanta to testify. bringing with her photos of her own son's bruises from years ago. The media caught wind after a court leak. Trusted nanny with dark past finally exposed. But Darius wasn't interested in headlines. He was interested in healing. The following weeks were slow, deliberate. He canceled 2 major business deals, declined all interviews, and took an extended leave of absence from his own board. Every morning he made breakfast himself: pancakes, toast, cereal, served in little dinosaur bowls. Maya didn't say much at first. She drew pictures, stick figures, some crying, some alone. Darius kept every single one. He enrolled her in play therapy with a specialist in childhood trauma. He learned to listen not just to her words, but to her silence. Because silence, in Maya's world, spoke volumes. One evening, while he tucked her in, she asked softly, "Daddy, will she come back when the police let her go?" He paused, then crouched beside her bed, meeting her eyes. "No, baby, she won't. Because I'll never let anyone hurt you again." She reached out and gently touched his chin. "You were gone a lot." His eyes filled. "I know," he whispered, "but I'm here now, for good." She nodded, leaned into his chest, and sighed. She believed him. 2 months later, at the sentencing hearing, Darius stood in a crisp navy suit, holding Maya's hand tightly. Vanessa sat across the courtroom, her face blank. But this time, there was no smugness, no calm, no excuses, just silence. She had no glowing references left, no community support, no second chances. Her carefully hidden past had finally caught up to her. The judge sentenced her to 3 years in prison, followed by 2 years of probation and mandated therapy. She didn't speak, not one word. But it didn't matter, because Maya's voice was finally being heard. That weekend, Darius took Maya to the park, the same park her mother used to bring her to, back when the world was whole. Maya ran through the grass, her laughter rising like a spring breeze. Her arm had healed. Her eyes no longer flinched when someone raised their voice nearby. She wore a soft yellow sundress. Her afro puffs bounced with every step. She was becoming a child again. Darius sat on a bench nearby, hands resting on his knees, watching her like the world depended on it. Because for him, it did. A motherless girl, nearly lost in the shuffle of a powerful man's empire. A father, once blinded by ambition, now sitting grounded, still, finally seeing clearly. As Maya climbed into his lap, curling against his chest, she whispered, "You won't leave again, right?" He kissed the crown of her head. "Never again," he promised. "I built everything thinking I was giving you the world. But I forgot what the world looks like when you're not safe in it." She smiled against him. And for the first time in years, Darius Cole felt like a father. Not just a provider, not a businessman, but a protector, and he would never look away again. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more emotional, dramatic, and unexpected tales. Let us know in the comments, where in the world are you watching from? We love hearing from you. Until next time, stay kind, stay curious, and keep watching.